guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm back and it's Wednesday, April 24th. We do not have Q for this evening, but we do have plenty of Q-related news. Now, I hope that I have fixed the audio problems that I've been having. As I told you last time, this is a new computer and it's great. The computer's wonderful, but I'm still working out the settings for everything because it's a little bit different on this computer running this software. So anyway, let me know about the sound. If it's too loud, if it's too soft, let me know, as well as the intro and any videos that I play throughout. Let me know if the sound, how the sound levels are, and anything else that you have an issue with. Let me know, because if I can possibly fix it, I will. All right, well, let's get into the news because we're getting a late start tonight. It's 10:48 p.m. I had wanted to do 2 videos. Not sure how that will work out, but we'll try our best here. So let's just jump right into this. Oh, wait, though. You know, it wouldn't be one of my videos unless I chatted for at least a minute. Not even a minute. I wanted to show you. I was gone for the day today. I was out of town, and I came back, and you know, I always kind of hold my breath when I come in the door. My 21-year-old cat, never an issue there. But, you know, Sammy, there's some behavioral issues there. No, we're working on it. But, yes, I came back to this. This is my toilet paper. Hopefully you can see it there. Yeah, that's my toilet paper roll. And I've also discovered that Sammy knows how to get into my purse. Yes, he does. He can get his little paw in there just enough to take that zipper. I've got like a little backpack purse, and he can take that zipper all the way around with his paw. Yes, and you know why? Because he knows that I have earbuds in there that I take to the gym, and he wants to chew them up. So yeah, now I got to start hiding my purse as well. Anyway, that's my story for today, and that's it for chatting. Let's get to work here. Let's find out some news. Okay. Let's start with this. Look at how lightning fast that is. Wow, love it. Okay. All right. Giuliani lashes out at Clinton's "You are America's #1 crime family." Ooh. Now, there's a man that tells it like it is. As Democrats continue to back away from trying to impeach President Trump for obstruction of the Mueller probe, which cleared him of the underlying charge of conspiring with Russia in the 2016 election, Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is on the warpath and is now targeting Hillary Clinton. And doesn't she deserve it? Yes, she does. Following Tuesday's remarks by Clinton that Donald Trump would have been indicted if he weren't president, Giuliani hit back in a Wednesday tweet, writing, "I encourage Hillary to get very involved in the 2020 election. She blew the last one for the Dems," adding, "She is working on a book called How to Obstruct and Go Free, and the sequel will be How My Husband Escaped, a perjury conviction from America's #1 crime family." Yeah, gotta love it. I love people who say it, tell it like it is. Giuliani also appeared on Fox and Friends Wednesday, where he defended Trump, saying that Democrats had 2 investigations to prove it, referring to collusion, the FBI counterintelligence investigation, in the words of Peter Strzok, no, there's no there, and then this one referring to the Mueller probe. How this one got started in the first place is the next investigation, Giuliani said, adding that Hillary Clinton better get a lawyer. Yeah, and she better not just get a lawyer, she better get a darn good lawyer. But I don't even think Satan himself could get her off. Fox's Steve Doocy she said that the reason he wasn't indicted is because there's a DOJ standing policy not to indict a sitting president, to which Giuliani replied, "There is. There used to be a DOJ standing policy. You cannot indict a Clinton no matter how much they obstruct justice, no matter how much evidence they destroy, no matter how often they lie, and no matter when they committed, or no matter and no matter that they committed perjury, you can't indict a Clinton. It's against the Democrat Justice Department rules. Giuliani referred to the investigation into Trump as a frame-up, which is exactly what it was, with all the markings that rogue counterintelligence guys setting up members of the Trump campaign. I ask you to keep your eye on Ukraine, he added, referring to collusion with Ukraine. Giuliani also mentioned Joe Biden's son, who made millions of dollars in Ukraine as his father got a top prosecutor investigating him fired. Yeah, so that is that. And we're going to go back. Thought you guys might find that a little interesting. And let's go back. And this from Viking Scott. I've just got to take a sip here because before I came on air, I was eating stuffed mushrooms. And, well, I've got the breath to prove it. All right. Now, and that's ginger ale, by the way, not wine. I had a couple people ask me that once. Okay. This from Viking Scott, and I do know that he is a listener, but this is from his Twitter page. He said Bernie stated he believed the Boston bomber should be allowed to vote from prison. How could anyone agree with that? Kamala said pedos and rapists should be allowed to vote or at least have a conversation about it. Are we in bizarro land? Well, yes, Viking Scott, we are in bizarro land. I'm not sure when we entered into that territory officially, but we're definitely there. Yes. All right, and let's go on. You know why? Because we can. I'm just so happy that I think I've got this fixed. And I'm just going to scoot over here real quick to make sure that everything is working as it should. And my audio is being captured and everything looks good. So I'm a little bit nervous because, like I said, I've had some issues with getting this set up on this computer. But, all right, Donald J. Trump, if you want to litigate, go after the DNC, Crooked Hillary, the dirty cops, all of these things, because it was a rigged system. If you look at what's happening, they're getting caught. They're getting fired. Who knows what's going to happen? But I hope it's very strong. Let's listen to him.
Well, we're fighting all the subpoenas. Look, these aren't like impartial people. The Democrats are trying to win 2020. They're not going to win with the people that I see, and they're not going to win against me. The only way they can maybe luck out, and I don't think that's going to happen, it might make it even the opposite, that's what a lot of people are saying, the only way they can luck out is by constantly going after me on nonsense. But they should be really focused on legislation, not the things that have been, this has been litigated, just so you understand. This has been litigated for the last 2 years, almost since I got into office. Now, if you want to litigate, go after the DNC, Crooked Hillary, the dirty cops, all of these things. That's what should be litigated, because that was a rigged system. And I am breaking down the swamp. If you look at what's happening, they're getting caught, they're getting fired. Who knows what's going to happen from now on, but I hope it's very strong. But if you look at drain the swamp, I am draining the swamp. Thank you very much. Thank you.
He is draining the swamp.
We're fighting all the subpoenas.
Whoops. Yeah, hopefully that's not too low for you to hear, but let me know how the volume is there. All right, and let's go back. Just because we can. Got some interesting things tonight. All right, and this from Matt Gates. I think I'm going to just scoot over here and turn this up a little bit because I'm a little bit nervous that you're not going to be able to hear it. Okay. I'd rather it be too loud than too soft because I know several of you have stated that you were having difficulty in the last video, and so I apologize, and hopefully it's all ironed out. Hopefully, I say. All right. Okie dokie. Let's listen to Matt Gaetz. Now, there's something here that I want you to pay attention to. Look at the, I don't know who this person is actually because I don't watch mainstream media news, but watch her face when he's talking. He said, in 10 years of practicing law, I've never seen a party turn over their own lawyer's private notes and discussions to the other party. That's happened here because Donald Trump wanted to be transparent about what happened. He did not collude with Russia. Now let's listen to this.
I don't remember what I had for lunch last week, and you're asking the president about conversations in the middle of a presidential campaign of stuff that was going on so long ago. Of course there are specifics that he doesn't remember, but you should not say on this air that he did not answer questions under oath. He, in fact, did so through those interrogatories, which, again, he had no obligation to do. The reason I think I've never seen in 10 years of practice of law a party turn over their own lawyer's private notes in discussions to the other party. That happened here because I think the president wanted to lay bare before the country what had happened, good, bad, or otherwise, because while people may be critical of the president's tactics and his strategy and his involvement in his own communications, he certainly did not collude with the Russian Federation, and that is a lie that the American people will not forgive the Democrats for telling in the 2020 election.
That's right. And it's just interesting. I really like Matt Gaetz, and I like the role that he's taken during this, and Jim Jordan as well. They're very good spokesmen, and they do a good job. But yeah, I don't think that the American people, once everything comes out, I don't think they're going to forgive the Democrats in the 2020 election either. I really don't. I think most people that have even a modicum of common sense are going to see through what was done once it all comes out. Let's hope anyway. Now, I do realize that there's people out there that just couldn't care less. In fact, there's people that, they don't even know the name of the vice president. Yes, I know. You're saying, no way. Yeah. All right. Now, let's go on. This from Breaking 911. Breaking. McCain family to support Biden in 2020 race in bid to defeat Trump. That from the Washington Examiner. Well. I find that a little interesting. How about you? Especially, I don't even want to say especially. I just find it a little odd. I guess, what would we call him? Chief Groper, Groper in Chief, or what would we call him? Hair sniffer in chief? I don't know. Maybe they like having their hair sniffed. It's gobsmacking, really. But really, what do you have to choose from out there? There's nothing to choose from except for Donald Trump. Really, what is there to choose from? Nothing. We certainly don't want Hillary in there. I don't think anybody wants to see that happen, nobody. And then you've got some of the others that are running. Elizabeth Warren, really? She announced that she was running with smoke signals. Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? No, I'm not making fun of American Indians. I'm not, because I'm actually, I've got Aboriginal blood myself on my father's side, Mohawk, so I'm not making fun. I'm making fun of her. Yes, I'm making fun of her. But not Indians. Have no respect for her, but I respect the Indians a lot. Okay. Here we go. This from Melissa A. California is now teaching pedophilia as sexual orientation in public schools to middle schoolers. Yeah, teaching middle schoolers that pedophilia is just another sexual orientation. Wouldn't that be called, let me think now, grooming? You see how dangerous that is, really? Think about it, okay? You've got a middle schooler, and they're learning at school that, there's nothing wrong with pedophilia. It's just another sexual orientation. And doesn't that make it easier for an adult that wants to target that child and abuse them? Because after all, they're putting it in their head, it's normal. It's normal. Unbelievable. Watch as a parent confronts the teacher who was discussing sex between a boy and a man. Satan himself may as well be running these leftist public schools. God help us. Now, I didn't include the video, number one, because it looked like it was recorded on a potato. And number two, it was extremely difficult to hear what was being said. You could hear it, but I don't know if you could hear it through another video. See what I'm saying? So I didn't, because it becomes even more muted. So I didn't include the video, but they are indeed teaching middle school kids in California that pedophilia is just another sexual orientation. Nothing wrong with that. No. These adults just love kids. They just really love them in a special way. All right. Now, let's look at this, because yes, you will get a kick out of this, I think. Hang on. There we go. Let's get down here. All right. Let's listen. It explains itself, really.
There's a conversation that has been happening. There is room for that conversation. There is a conversation that all of us have been hearing. There's definitely a conversation to be had on that subject. Conversation saying we should have that conversation. One conversation with someone in the Midwest, that's an important conversation to have. Another conversation with somebody in the South, let's have that conversation. Another conversation with people who live on the coast. I'm having the conversation. I think we should have that conversation. 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 Conversation.
Yep. Kamala Harris. All talk, no answers. And see, this person, Rona McDaniel, a GOP chairwoman, she said Kamala Harris' go-to response when she gets pressed on the issues and she doesn't want to explain her position, let's have that conversation. Yeah, clearly she's all talk and no answers. Clearly, it reminds me of the one that I played with Maxine Waters about impeaching Trump and connecting the dots. Yeah, okay. Well, if you didn't see that, that won't make any sense to you, but don't let it keep you up tonight. Okay. Now, let's go back because we can. Now, let's look at this. Judy Rogers responding to John Cooper, who said, breaking today at the Dem Coalition launches our Republicans for Impeachment campaign. Our focus will be outreach to the GOP, asking them to support impeachment, elevation of Republicans who support it, digital ads, and more. Hashtag Republicans for Impeachment. Well, and this Judy Rogers says, now the Dems want to work across the aisle. I doubt this very seriously. Yeah, they don't want to work with the Republicans on anything else. They fought Republicans the whole way, but now that they want to impeach Trump, they're all willing to work with the Republicans now. Let's work together to impeach Trump. Can you believe that? Our focus will be outreach to the GOP, asking them to support impeachment, elevation of Republicans who support it. So they're saying, yeah, we'll elevate those Republicans who support it. They'll get more face time. They'll get more publicity. Unbelievable. Now, I've got a little note to myself to search for Versailles in Twitter, and I'll tell you why. Because there is a fire there, and I wanted to give you up to the minute coverage of that because it was ongoing. Let's see here. Let's get back to Twitter and what the heck is that? Okay, and go over here and put in Versailles, and it should come up, the latest. Okay. Massive fire raging in French city of Versailles. And interestingly enough, somebody sent me some information, and they speak French. That is their first language is French, and they were also listening to the architect of Notre Dame. In remember I had read that to you, that the it was kind of a translation of what he said, and basically this person was confirming that yes, he was saying, he didn't come right out and say that it was suspicious, but he said, yeah, that wood wouldn't burn, and it spread so fast, and obviously he used the word accelerant, and and this person also mentioned to me that the people that were in this historic home at the time are away in Ohio. So I don't know what the connection is there between Ohio and this fire. Maybe none. There are stranger things that have happened, but the people that own this or live there are in Ohio visiting, and this fire breaks out in an extremely historic home. And so let's take a look here.
Je sais pas, c'est un truc de ouf. Oh, les frissons, ça me merde. Je sais pas.
Now let's go down. I'm just that's just somebody that was there. That breaking, huge fire raging the French city of Versailles. Buildings are burning near the former residence of the kings of France. Yeah. So maybe it wasn't the building itself, but it's the fact that it's right near the former residence of the kings of France. And this person's saying Versailles and Notre Dame burning within a week of each other seems strange. I'm with you, Cole Leonard. It does seem strange. And down here, it says, hang on. Oh no, now Versailles is burning. And the reason why I put it into the search is because I wanted to bring up whatever is the most recent and not give you old news when it's actually ongoing. So I have not seen this. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop. Well, I guess that's all there is to it. All right. It's only 8 seconds long. And it says, let me see, is this related? Says, can you see the outline of the secret door just to the left of the chair in Marie Antoinette's bedroom? It was through that door in the early hours of 6th of October 1789 that she fled from invaders storming into the palace of Versailles. She would never return. And here is more coverage of the fire. That looks really bad from this one. That is the same one we looked at. Massive fire in Versailles, France. Interesting. This person said, a peaceful electrical fault again? Yeah. Now, we don't know. They're not saying yet what the cause is, so we don't know. It could be a coincidence. It could be. It could have been started naturally. We don't know. But with all these churches and so forth, 875 churches last year in France burned down. Actually, there's been 2 churches burned in Canada now, and I've heard of other church burnings. There's some in Louisiana, and I think it was either North or South Carolina church fire. So people are on edge, and this isn't a church per se, but it is a very near an extremely valuable historical site. So, yeah, I think people are right to question. And this person says, how did Notre Dame and Versailles catch fire a week apart? That's not weird as hell. Yeah, I think it is. Absolutely. And let me see, I'm just seeing if there's anything, anything new no, not really. Okay, so let's leave that. I guess it's still ongoing. I haven't heard any late breaking news that they know the cause or anything yet, but I hope that they're able to save any historic sites, because that is a loss not just to France, but to the world, really. It is, especially when history burns. You don't get that back. So, all right, let's go back here and let's take a look at this. Sorry. Here we go. Sorry. Okay, Judicial Watch. Judge Royce Lamberth ordered Obama admin, senior State Department officials, lawyers, and Clinton aides to be deposed or answer written questions under oath. The court ruled the Clinton email system was one of the gravest modern offenses to government transparency. And then you had Hillary Clinton running her mouth today about impeaching Trump, which I found a little bit enraging, to tell you the truth. Yeah. And this from Hal Lambert. Actually, have we looked at this yet? Let's look at this. Don't want to miss anything. Even if I have to do 2 videos, I don't want to miss anything. So, all right. Well, I think this speaks for itself. Volume 1 of the Mueller report is based on evidence, while Volume 2 seems to rely heavily on the reporting of news outlets. The report cites the media more than 125 times. It seems like they spent their time watching and reading the news instead of actually investigating. Let's listen.
Volume 1 is more based on evidence. Volume 2 is based on more conjecture. Just one indicator of that is that you've got twice as many media references in Volume 2 that you have in Volume 1. Volume 1 is more based on actual evidence collection. The other seems to be more based on watching television and reading mainstream media. There was this weird feedback loop between the media and the Mueller team. I mean, the Mueller report cites the media more than 125 times. Right. I don't know how they had time to investigate anything. It seemed like they were spending all their time watching CNN and reading the New York Times.
Yeah, well, they certainly, I don't know what they were doing. And they were dragging their feet, because that Mueller report should have been out 8 months ago. They've been sitting on it. Just sitting on it. Waiting for it to hatch, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's go back. And this from Hal Lambert. If socialism is so great and capitalism is so bad, why aren't the migrants heading to Venezuela? Things that make you go, It's a good question, isn't it? I think it is. And then we have this woman, Ilhan Omar. And she's responding to Smoke Signals Warren. Last night on Maddow, I made it clear we can't ignore a president's repeated efforts to obstruct an investigation into his own disloyal behavior. The House should initiate impeachment proceedings against the President of the United States. Again, how do you obstruct an investigation when it was all based on a lie and no crime was committed? But that doesn't seem to bother them. And then Ilhan Omar. Yeah, like we care what she says. But anyway, she says, I agree. We must begin impeachment proceedings and investigate if the president committed impeachable offenses. What? Does that make any sense? Let's begin the proceedings and investigate if the president committed impeachable offenses. So she's saying we need to investigate if he did commit impeachable offenses, but let's impeach him anyway. Let's begin the proceedings. That makes no sense at all. None. Zip. Zilch. But then I guess you don't have to make sense to be a Democrat, do you? Nope, no, you don't. And this from our president. Former CIA analyst Larry Johnson accuses United Kingdom intelligence of helping Obama administration spy on the 2016 Trump presidential campaign. Wow. It is now just a question of time before the truth comes out, and when it does, it will be a beauty. You gotta love him. You do have to love him, because I'm telling you, yeah, he can be a little braggadocious at times. But you know what? The thing is, yeah, he's got a lot of self-confidence. But you know what? Dang it. If I was Trump, I'd have a lot of self-confidence too, because the man doesn't seem to lose. So there you go. Now, oh, you're going to love this. No, really, you are. That one time Hillary was caught in a truth. Well, let's see. What truth was she caught in? Oh, look at this. Look what she said in 2013. Hillary Clinton in 2013. I would like to see people like Donald Trump run for office. They're honest and can't be bought. Oh, this is the same woman that in the media today, she's all over running her mouth about impeaching President Trump. But here she says, oh, I'd like to see him run for office because he's honest and he can't be bought. He's so honest that you want to impeach him, eh? Well, doesn't make sense to me, but hey, again, you don't have to make sense to be a Democrat. All right, now, next we have this. And this PR 51 conservative says, and now we know. This from CNN Politics. British intelligence passed Trump associates' communications with Russians on to U.S. counterparts. British intelligence passed Trump associates' communications with Russia on to U.S. counterparts. Okay. There isn't that kind of saying that the British were spying? Yes, it is. It's exactly what that's saying. Okay, and here is Donald J. Trump. How do you impeach a Republican president for a crime that was committed by the Democrats? Make America great again. Yeah. How do you impeach a Republican president over crimes that, the Democrats committed? How do you do that? You don't. All right, let's take a look at this. No, really, let's. All right, breaking. We're not going to read this, but I wanted you to know about it because if you're not in Florida, you might not have known. Breaking. Florida State House passes bill banning sanctuary cities. Well, thank you, Florida. Seriously, thank you, Florida. And I bet you the people of Florida are rejoicing. I sure would be if I lived there. So I think that's awesome. Yeah. The Florida State House has passed a bill that would ban sanctuary cities in the state. In a 69-47 vote, legislators passed a resolution that prohibits sanctuary policies and requires state and local law enforcement to comply with ICE. Local law enforcement will be required to honor federal law enforcement request for an immigration detainer, which is a request that another law enforcement agency detain a person based on probable cause to believe that the person is a removable alien. There you go. Interesting, no? Yeah, I think so. All right, now, I think what I'm going to do is, right after this, I'm going to break, and I'm going to get this uploaded so that you'll know that I do have a video on the way, or that you'll have this video, and then I am going to record the rest on a separate video because I don't want this to go too long, and it is getting late, so people will be starting to think, nah, she's not posting tonight. Nah, she's not. But they're wrong. Okay, now this is the last one I'm going to read, and then I'm going to break. All right, this from Charlie Kirk. Did you know? Well, did you? the government pays out $2,125 a month in refugee benefits to refugees resettled in the United States. That's right, $2,125 a month. Meanwhile, Social Security recipients who have paid into the system their whole life receive $1,400 a month on average. When will we put Americans first? Absolutely. That is a lot of money going out to refugees. Now, granted, there are people that should qualify as refugees, no doubt about it. But should we be spending all this money while we still have veterans that are homeless and don't have the proper care? No. Let's take care of our veterans. Let's take care of our homeless. Then, out of the abundance, we can reach our hands out and take in those who really, really need refugee status. All right, so I'm going to stop there for tonight. And now I have every intention of going on and recording the rest, and I will upload that in a separate video. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I'm sorry that I've been late the last couple nights, and I'll get better. I've just been really trying to get everything right, and I've had a busy couple days aside from this as well. So we've got it straightened out now, I do hope, and I'll try to be earlier tomorrow. But that's it for tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. Sleep well, stay safe, and always seek truth, because deception bites. And it bites hard. Good night.